Lesson 9-2 using angle measures, and in this lesson you learn to draw angles and estimate measures of angles. When am I ever going to use this? Knowing how to use angle measures helps a sailor navigate a boat. So word to remember here is straight edge. Okay, let's take a look at this example. Many people enjoy the relaxation of sailing. Others enjoy the excitement of sailboat racing. To determine their direction when sailing, sailors use a compass. If a sailboat traveling east increases its directional angle by 45 degrees, in what direction is it now sailing? So there's a hint here. The directional angle is measured clockwise from the magnetic north. So if this is our magnetic north and this is our magnetic compass right here, or sorry, this is our compass rose, okay, saying that the sailboat is traveling east, and as it travels east, it changes its directional angle by 45 degrees. So that means if you're measuring it from the magnetic north, okay, and this is our compass rose, okay, if the sailboat is traveling east, therefore the angle it has traveled is around 90 degrees. But it says also that it changes its directional angle by 45 degrees. So we basically add 45 degrees to 90 degrees, okay, and from there we know that the sailboat is traveling, okay, southeast, okay. So east has a directional angle of 90 degrees measured from the north. By increasing this angle by 45 degrees, the new directional angle is 90 degrees plus 45 degrees, or 135 degrees. That sailboat is now traveling southeast, okay. So in this lesson, okay, we are going to learn how to use a protractor, okay, and a straight edge to draw an angle. A straight edge is nothing more than a ruler or anything with a straight side, and we'll define it later on. So first, we want to draw an angle. So let's do this. Step number one, if we want to draw an angle, is to draw one side of the angle, then mark the vertex and draw an arrow. Okay, so we are going to draw an angle. That means we need to draw one side first. Okay, one side. So we'll do this. Okay, we'll mark the vertex. Okay, and draw an arrow. So let's say this is one side of our angle. Okay, that's our vertex right here. Okay, and that's the arrow at the end. Let's take a look at how to do step number two. Step number two is to place the protractor along the side as you would measure an angle. So we get a protractor and place it on the vertex just like when we are measuring an angle like that. Okay, so if you notice, that side lies on one side of our protractor. Okay, and find the number of degrees needed for your angle. Okay, you are drawing, and make a pencil mark, okay, as shown on, or as I will show you. So if you want to measure 135, okay, the one that we have here, right here, or on the previous page, let's say we want to measure an angle that is 135 degrees. So that's what we want to find. So after drawing that straight line and after putting our protractor, okay, on that straight line where the center of our protractor is also on the vertex of our line, okay, we look where the 0 degree scale is, okay, in this particular protractor. The zero scale, or the where it starts from zero, is the inside scale. Okay, so where the protractor starts from zero is the inside scale. So this is where we are going to read 135 degrees. Okay, so we start counting. That's 90, that's 120, 135 degrees is right here. I'll simply put a point on 135 degrees, around there. Okay, and then we take out our angle, or sorry, we take out our protractor, and we get a straight edge. Let's see if I have a straight edge here. Yep, there it is. Okay, we get our straight edge, and then basically after that, that is step number three. A straight edge is a ruler or any object with a straight side, which can be used to draw a line. So that's the definition of a straight edge. With a straight edge, draw that side that connects the vertex and the pencil mark. Okay, draw an arrow at the end of the other side. So basically what it's saying, we are connecting this point right over here and that point with our straight edge. So if that's our straight edge, we want to connect those points. Okay. So we are now want to connect those points. Okay. Right, move that again. Right there. Pretty much connected. Getting close, getting close. There it is. More or less straight line. And then I'm going to get my pencil. Okay. Then I'm going to get that and draw a straight line across. Okay. Let's take out our straight edge and it says draw an arrow. Right there. That's your arrowhead. Okay. So we have just drawn a 135-degree angle. Alright? And those are the 3 steps to draw an angle. Okay, let's take a look at example number 1 and see how this works. So in example number 1, draw a 68-degree angle. So let's go through this 3 steps again. So the first step is draw one side and mark the vertex and draw an arrow. So I'll get, okay, one side, mark it with the vertex. So let's say that's my one side. Let's make it slanting like there. Okay, so that is one side of my angle and the vertex is right there. Okay, that's step number 1. Step number 2, after doing that, find 68 degrees in appropriate scale. Make a pencil mark. So we get our protractor, put it on the vertex, and make sure the vertex, okay, is in the make sure the center of the protractor is on the vertex, and we choose the appropriate scale. So when we say we choose appropriate scale, we find out where the 0 is starting. So in this case also the 0 is starting from the inside of our protractor. So we read 68 degrees from that. Okay, so that's 10, 20, 60 right here, and 68 degrees is right around, that's 65, it's right around here. Okay, that's 68 degrees. And then we take out our protractor, and then we simply connect those 2 points with our straight edge. So that's my straight edge. Okay, and I simply connect those 2 points right there. Okay, and I get my pencil again, and then line them up like that. Take out my straight edge, which is a ruler in this case, and put an arrowhead. And we have just drawn a 68-degree angle. Okay? Let's take a look at example number 2. In example number 2, we are going to estimate, okay, the measure of an angle. But before we estimate the measure of angle, let's take a look at this circle. This circle is 360 degrees. Okay? And if you look at this circle, this is 360 degrees. That means, okay, this angle right here will give you 45 degrees. Okay? This angle right here will give me not 45 degrees, but 90 degrees. This is a right angle right there. Okay? And if that's a right angle, that means for every slice of my circle is 45 degrees. So every slice of my circle would be 45 degrees. That's 45, that's 45, that's 45. This is also 45, 45, 45, and 45. Those are all 45-degree angle. And we will use, okay, this particular those slices, as they call, of our circle to be able to estimate an angle. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2. We want to estimate the measure of this angle right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the same circle. I just made it smaller, and we're going to find out. So let's put one slice here. Okay, that's 45 degrees. Let's put another slice here. That's 90 degrees. And let's put one more slice there. That is 90 plus 45, okay, which is equal to 135 degrees. So if you notice, I use the slices of my circle to estimate the angle measure, which in this case, it is about 135 degrees. Okay? And that's exactly what it says here. Okay? So we have 190-degree angle right there. Okay? And then we are going to add another wedge. Okay? Or a slice. So that's a 90-degree angle for two slices. And add one more slice or add one more wedge. Okay, the measure is about 135 degrees. Okay, and let's take a look at the last example. Before we go to the last example, the secret word for this lesson is crusaders. The secret word for this lesson is crusaders. Okay. Example number 3, statistics. A circle graph shows the results of a survey of music preference among 6th graders at Pine Middle School. Use the measures of angles to order the types of music from most preferred to least preferred. Okay, so again, we go back to our circle. These are the wedges or the slices of our circle, and we want to find out the measures of the angles using our circle. Okay, let's find out what we need to do. So you need to order the types of music from most preferred to least preferred. Okay, and then in this case, use a protractor to measure the angles that are too close to estimate. Okay, then order the measures from greatest to least. So we can use a protractor, okay, or we can use our circle slices or circle wedges. Okay, so let's use our circle wedges, and then I'll show you how to use a protractor for this one. So using our circle wedges, okay, we get, let's look at oldies first, because oldies will have the smallest angle. And if you notice, if I get that slice there, oldies will be probably one slice or one wedge, which is 45 degrees. So oldies will be 45 degrees. Okay, let's write that down. Change it to a very thin line. So this is 45 degrees. And if you look at rap right here, okay, we'll get that's one wedge right there, or one slice, and there is another slice. Two slices of 45 degrees will give you 90 degrees. So rap is 90 degrees. Okay, the rock music, let's get our slices again. So that's one wedge right there. Okay, well, let's not use that one. Let me get rid of that. Delete, and let's get this one right here. There, one slice. And since it's too close, we will use a protractor. That's approximately around 90 degrees. So we know this is close to 90 degrees. Okay, for that one. And then country will be one slice, two slices, 90 degrees, three slices is around 135 degrees. So this is around close to 135 degrees because it consists of three slices. So let's take out our slices now. Okay. There you go. So what is it asking for us to do? Let's delete this thing. Delete this thing. And delete this slice. One more. Okay. Use the measures of the angles to order the types of music from most preferred to least preferred. Okay. Now, if you look at this carefully, the most preferred will be country, so we don't have a problem with that. Okay. The least preferred will be oldies. The problem that we have is that rap and rock, this is approximately 90 degrees. This is around 90 degrees. So we want to measure, okay, the exact angle for rock and rap. We don't have to worry about oldies and country. So what we need to do is get a protractor now, okay, and try to measure our angle. Okay, so let's make our protractor smaller. There you go. Okay, and let's measure. Let's make it smaller. There. Let's measure this one right here. Okay, so wrap, if we measure it, and then the 0 is in the inside scale, we measure it, the wrap is 90 degrees right there. Okay, so 90 degrees, wrap is 90, so that's exactly 90 degrees. We don't have to worry about that using our protractor. Now what do we know? We know that the total measure of all the angles, okay, of a circle will be equal to 360. We know that this is 135 degrees for country. We know that all this is 45 degrees. We know that wrap is 90 degrees. So what will we add? Okay, what will be the measure of rock, which will make it 360? What we can do is actually, we can do, to be able to find out the measure of rock music preference, we simply do 360, and then we subtract the sum of 135 plus 45 plus 90 degrees. And you would end up with, the measure would be 85 degrees. Now, trust me on this. Trust my math on this. Okay, that is correct. So here, we have oldies shown by the smallest angle. Okay, and it is preferred, least preferred. Country is shown by the largest angle. It is the most preferred. So the measure of angle of rock is 85 degrees. That's what we found out. The measure of the angle of rap is 90 degrees. So, okay, the 6th graders prefer country, rap, rock, oldies in that order. And if we check our answer, we simply add them all up. They should equal 360, and our answer checks out. Okay? And that is our lesson. Thank you for watching.